can be loud. I can be loud.
We got a
Well,
microphone?
I had a problem this week. I decided that I wanted to go to Disney World, but I don't know how to get there. That's a problem. So I called my cousin Phyllis, and I asked her, how do I get to Disney? She said, well, I don't know for sure, but I think if you drive to Dallas and take a left, that'll get you there. And I thought a minute, Disney World is in Florida. Florida's on the East Coast. If I go to Dallas and turn left, I'll end up in the West somewhere. That's not it. She didn't know what she's talking about. So I called my sister Pat, and I said, Pat, I want to go to Disney World, but I don't know how to get there. And she said, well, I don't think you need to go. You've been enough times already. You don't need to go anymore. That wasn't very nice, was it? And I thought, man, what am I going to do? So I called my son Christian, because he's smart. He knows everything. And I said, Chris, I want to go to Disney World, but I don't know how to get there. And he said, well, Mom, I've never driven there either, but I think the best thing for you to do is to find a map. If you get a map, you can figure out how to get there. And I thought, well, of course, he's brilliant. He's my son. Of course, that's what I need to do. So I got out my atlas. Do you know what an atlas is?
Yeah.
It's a book that's full of maps.
Yeah.
There's a map for every state in here. I could even drive to Hawaii if I wanted to. So I opened up my map, and I found Waco, and I found Orlando, because that's where Disney World is. And I figured out if I take 45 to Houston and then get on I-10, I can go across Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, into the panhandle of Florida, and then I take 75 down, and that will take me to Orlando, and I'll be there. Yay! Mickey's waiting for me. Okay, so if you have a map, you can find anywhere you want to go. But what if somebody wants to learn how to get to heaven?
A map.
A map? Is there a map that tells you how to get to heaven?
No, you have to die for it.
Well, actually, there is a kind of a map that helps you know how to get to heaven. The Bible. The Bible tells us how to get to heaven. John 14:6 says, Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. So Jesus is our road to heaven.
And the Bible is our map.
And the Bible is our map. That's exactly right. But that's kind of a tricky thing. I mean, there's a lot of questions involved. And who are you going to ask if you want answers to those questions?
God.
Well, you could ask a friend, but some of the friends I had didn't really help me very much when I needed answers. You know who would be an excellent person to ask how to get to heaven?
God.
Pastor Stephen. Pastor Stephen knows the answers to everything in the Bible. You know who else would be a good person to ask?
What?
Your Sunday school teacher. Miss Amy, Miss Melissa, and I, we would love, absolutely love, to answer your questions about how to get to heaven. That's why we teach you, because we want you to know God and all the wonderful things He does. You could ask your parents. You could ask your grandparents. Or watch this. People in the congregation, how many of you would be willing to tell one of these children how to find Jesus? Raise your hand.
Amen.
Turn around and look. Turn around and look. Look at all these people who love you and want you to be able to find Jesus, to have Jesus in your heart. So if you ever have a question about how do I get to heaven, what does it mean to ask Jesus in your heart? What's so bad about sin? If you have questions like that, find somebody who knows the answer. I could tell you read the Bible, but at this point in your life, it would be a little bit confusing. But as you get older, you can find all the answers you need in the Bible.
For some of us, we've already read some of the Bible.
I know, and some of you have already asked Jesus into your heart. And that's a wonderful thing.
And
And
some of us do not like dinosaurs.
You don't?
You like dinosaurs?
You like dinosaurs, but some people don't?
I like dinosaurs.
Okay, we're dissolving. All right, let's bow our heads and pray. Dear Father, thank you so much for these precious children you've put in our care. Let us always be aware, Lord, of how our actions and what we say affect these children. Help us always to be ready to help them to find you. We love you so much, God, and we want these children to come to know you also. We ask these things in your name. Amen. Okay, now, I don't have anything to go along with my children's sermon, nothing that will help you remember, except M&Ms. If you have M&Ms, if you have M&Ms, what more do you need, right?